Track is one of those sports, we don't make a lot of money. So you can't compare us to a sponsorship of basketball. You can't compare us to Nike football.
How would you explain the sport of track and field?
Track is an amateur sport that just so happens to have professionals in it. 16, and as long as you run the standard, you could come to our trials.
And you're considered a professional at that point?
But that's the thing that we've all been trying to figure out is what determines a professional.
So there's no standard of like, you're either a professional track athlete or you're not?
Well, it depends, because some people will say professional means you have a sponsorship. Does that mean that somebody who just won an Olympic medal who doesn't have a sponsorship is not professional? Professional means you make money. Okay, well, NIL, I'm in college, I make money. Am I professional, or am I still a collegiate athlete?
You're saying there's no threshold for track and field?
For our track and field federation, there is no threshold. If you pay the $40 to get a USATF membership, you can compete at any meet that we at. Any meet that a professional is at, if you get accepted into the meet. Although I'm in a Nike group, Nike does not pay my bills. They did for a hot 5 years. It was very fun. Loved it. It's pretty black and white. You either have a medal or you don't. If you have a medal, Nike's gonna pick you up, Adidas is gonna pick you up, Puma, New Balance. If you don't have a medal, you have to depend on outlier sponsorships like Sencha or On Running is becoming popular.
Did you notice that and you set yourself up differently, or was it you were figuring it out?
My agent pulled me aside, told me, if you don't beat these two girls, Nike's not signing you for anything. It was very straight to the point.
Is that how the sport is?
Yeah, pretty much. Most sponsors know who they want by the time they get to national championship. You have to perform well at NCs, or you have to perform well at US Champs. There's outliers where, you ran fast and they're like, oh no, we. But it's also a test of what have you done lately and can you do it again? I can run 21 seconds. Can I do it again? Can I do it against this person? Can I do it at trials? Can I do it at Worlds? Sometimes they push the finish line further back. That's the situation I'm kind of in right now.
How do you see your situation going? How do you think through this situation now?
A coach at the USATF annual meeting gave the best explanation track that I've ever heard in my life. Whatever you sign for, the only way to get way more than that is medal, world record, American record, something outlandish, outstanding, indisputable. Oh, you're great. I'm in a situation where bonus contracts are going to be my average. I'm okay with that because that's the sport. The only way I would get a contract is I have to win USAs, I have to win a medal. Those are my only options.
Once I became a professional, then that's when I had to start thinking deeper about the sport. I'm learning about the sport as I'm kind of in this career right now. Before I became a professional, I didn't really know much about track and field. I only knew about Justin, Bull, and Johan, but now I'm trying to learn about, the agents, because the agents were track and field athletes at one point. We got coaches, track and field athletes at one point. I'm trying to figure out, who's who, what have they done in the past, how did they get in this position.
Is it a sport where everybody understands everybody's position, or is it a sport where like, I gotta get mine?
I think it's more of I gotta get my own.
I'm a part of the AAC, which is the Athlete Advisory Council. I've tried to be a part of that, and we tried to determine at this last meeting what is considered a professional athlete, because we're asking for these things, but it's who do they apply to? Who gets these things? Who are we are talking about? Because we have women and men who are literally top 5 in the world with no sponsors.
How does the track and field world operate?
Nobody's really figured out what's the best way to do something, because somebody's gonna be left out of the equation. Like some people can say, okay, the people that should get paid are people who have medals. The person that got 4th is not worthy because they got 4th, when they could have got 3rd, but just this year they didn't have it. And to make our team, for example, the 200 for the men, 9 out of 10, who will make the team. There's maybe one other person that you like, oh, they can sneak in. For the 100, you can't predict who's gonna make that team. For the 100 hurdles, you definitely can't predict who's gonna make that team. Kenny Harrison did not make the Olympic team. A week or 2 later, broke the world record. So we use the criteria who has medals. Does that mean Kenny doesn't get money?
Who's setting the standard?
Well, that's a good question. We're trying to figure that out. We've been trying to figure out what meetings we missing, where they picked. Who decides this? How do you bring more marketing and awareness to a sport that a lot of people think they only compete at the Olympics?
Do you feel like that's changed?
With certain athletes, it has. It's brought like certain awareness. I was at the airport and they're like, oh my God, are you guys going to the Olympics? Talking to 3 Olympians. They were like, are y'all going to the Olympics?
95% of society doesn't know who just won a medal at the Olympics.
having no clue who like Javian was, having no clue who Tiana was. They literally got a medal from the Olympics, and they're like, oh, y'all run track, so y'all going to the Olympics. Anybody can say they're an Olympian because nobody knows track. They don't pay attention enough. All I gotta do is say I run professionally. The first question out of everybody's mouth, oh, so you're trying to go to the Olympics? We individually have to educate people like, well, you know, Worlds is this year. They have no idea that we're all training for Worlds in Budapest. Us as athletes, we like, Worlds pay more than the Olympics. I think that we should have like a minimum like, hey, everybody at least need to make $30,000 a year. But how do you do that? How do you determine who are the people that need to all make $30,000 a year?
Do athletes study the numbers and see where the money is going?
I think there are some athletes that understand where the money is going, but the bigger scheme of athletes is like, I gotta take care of myself mindset.
I'm looking at who's making more than me, and I'm like, why am I making more than them? Or making at least close to them because I've beaten them several times. That's how simple it is. Sometimes I think it's about competition, and other times it's just who has the best story. If you want to break records, you put the best people on the team.
If all the athletes stand together,
Stop. Why would you stand with me if you getting paid and I'm not?
You're the talk of the town or not. Either you're gonna be the next guy or you're not.
This is not no shade to anybody. Let's be real. If I got a gold medal, I got 2 kids, I gotta do what's best for them. I wish you were getting paid too. I do agree that it is kind of messed up, but I'm getting paid. I got kids. I got to take care of my mom. It sucks that you're not getting paid. I do think they should do something. Somebody should do something. As long as it don't make me have less money,
right?
I'm for it. Like, let's figure it out.